we're going to look at sum formulas now. So we're going to be taking a look at how to find the sum of a given geometric sequence. Okay, so we have formulas here. So Sn, where it says here that Sn is the sum of n terms. So for example, if I have S3, then that's going to be the sum of my first 3 terms in my geometric sequence. Now let's take a look at the formula. So all of the letters represent the same thing. So A is still going to represent my first term, and I is again going to represent the common ratio. Okay, so what I want you to do is memorize this formula. Now we have 2 formulas. It says this one or this one. Now they are both essentially the same thing. Okay, so we can see that if I multiply the top and bottom of the fraction there by -1, so -1, then we get the second formula. Okay, so like I said, this is the same formula, these are the same formulas, but maybe in different circumstances we might use one or the other. Okay, and we'll get to a question like that. So mainly just memorize this formula. So let's try and answer some of these questions. Now in question 1, it says, find the sum of the first 10 terms of this sequence. Okay, and they gave us the first 5, but that's enough information for us to find this sum. Okay, so if we look at the sum formula, we want to find the first term, we want to find the common ratio, and also we want to find how many terms are we adding together. Okay, well we know n equals to 10. Now let's find the first term. So the first term is the easiest thing. We'll just look at the first number there, and a equals to 0.5. Now the common ratio, okay, if I just divide second term by the first term, I get my common ratio is equal to 2. Okay, from there, let's submit all this information into my sum formula. Okay, so I know what A is, R, and I know what N is. Okay, so sub all my numbers in. Okay, and if I calculate this, that'll be my answer. Okay, so the sum of the first 10 terms will be 511.5. Okay, so that was just an easy question, just using my sum formula. Now, if we take a look at question 2, we're going to find the sum of the first 10 terms of the sequence correcting to the nearest integer. Now, it looks like my common ratio is going to be less than 1, since that all my numbers are getting smaller. Okay, so let's find the sum of the first 10 terms of this sequence. So the first thing I can note is the first term, A equals to 125. Okay, so that's the easy part. Now the common ratio, I can divide just my second term by my first term, and I get, my ratio is 0.8. Then let's sub it all into my sum formula. Okay, where I know n equals to 10. Okay, now take a look. I kind of used the other formula where we multiplied top and bottom by -1. Okay, it's the same formula, but I used the second one. Now the reason I do that is because my common ratio is 0.8. So it's less than 0.8. So if I just put 0.8, 1 minus 0.8 is going to be just a nice positive number. That's why I'm using this side. Okay, so again, I could use the other one. Okay, they're both the same thing. So I'm going to sub all these numbers in. And if I just calculate this, then my sum will be this long decimal. But remember, we want to correct to the nearest integer. Then round it up. So it will be approximately 558.